You should have listened to Kofi, but you didn't. The storm outside rattles the windows of your study as you sit hunched over the cursed artifact, its intricate carvings glinting under the dim desk lamp. It feels heavier than it should in your hands, almost alive, pulsing faintly. You can't shake the feeling that the necklace is watching you. You hear a whisper. At first you tell yourself it's the wind, but deep down you know better. The whisper doesn't come from outside, it comes from within the room. Put it back. The voice is faint, layered and echoing as if spoken by a dozen throats at once. You whip around, but the room is empty. Only the cold gaze of your reflection in the darkened window stares back at you. Your heart pounds as the necklace glows faintly in your trembling hands. 3 days ago, it was different. You were in that jungle clearing, drenched in sweat, digging feverishly in the soft, dark soil. Kofi, your guide, stood a few paces away, his eyes darting nervously to the tree line. "We shouldn't be here," he said, clutching a wooden talisman around his neck. But you didn't listen. The thrill of the hunt consumed you, the promise of riches too tempting to ignore. When your spade struck something solid, you grinned. Kofi didn't. When you opened the chest and saw the necklace, you felt an electric thrill rush through you. But it was beautiful, ancient, priceless. And then the jungle went silent. No birds, no insects, only an oppressive, deafening stillness. Kofi begged you to leave it, to put it back. He even reached for the necklace, but the moment his fingers grazed it, he recoiled, screaming as if it burned. "You've doomed us," he said, his voice shaking. You laughed, a curse ridiculous, but now sitting alone in your study, you can't laugh anymore. The necklace moves. It's subtle at first, a faint shift in your palm, as though it's breathing. Then it rattles, like something alive, slithering between your fingers. You throw it onto the deck, stumbling back, your chair toppling behind you. Put it back. The voice is louder this time, unmistakable. You're not alone. A shadow moves in the corner of your eye. When you turn, it's gone. The air grows cold, biting, and your breath fogs the room. You bolt the door, but the whispers grow louder, closer. They're coming from every corner, every shadow. The necklace glows brighter now, its light casting twisted, shifting patterns on the walls. You grab it, intending to lock it away, but it burns your skin. A scream presses the air. It's Sophie. You run to her room, heart hammering in your chest. She's sitting up in bed, pale, trembling, pointing at the corner. "She was here, Daddy," Sophie says, her voice small. "The crying lady." Your blood runs cold. You feel it before you see it. The presence. The corner of the room is darker than it should be, impossibly black, and from within the void something shifts. A face emerges, pale and hollow-eyed, lips split in a jagged grin. It's her, the queen. Her whispers surround you, choking the air, and the temperature plummets. She steps forward, her decayed hands reaching for Sophie. You grab your daughter, pulling her close, and scream at the apparition to leave. "You stole from me." The words tear through the room, her voice layered and inhuman. The walls tremble, and the necklace, now glowing bright as a flame, appears in your hand without explanation. You run. Lila is waiting in the hallway, terrified. You don't have time to explain. You shove the necklace into a bag, grab your keys, and tell her to lock the doors and stay inside. "Don't let her in," you say, and her face pales further. The drive back to the jungle is a blur. The roads twist unnaturally as though guiding you somewhere you don't want to go. Shadows dart across the headlights, and you hear the queen's laughter in the wind. When you reach the burial site, the jungle feels alive, pulsing with malevolent energy. You stumble to the chest, the necklace burning your hand through the back, and then she appears. Her form rises from the earth, her body broken and rotted, but her eyes burn with hatred. She towers over you, her decayed fingers pointing. Kneel. You collapse, unable to resist her command. The whispers become screams, a cacophony of voices demanding justice. Return it, thief! With trembling hands, you place the necklace back in the chest. Her scream pierces your ears as far as her form bursts into black smoke, engulfing you. For a moment, you think it's over, but it isn't. The jungle falls silent, just like before. You stumble to your car, your heart pounding. When you finally reach home, you burn your maps and artifacts. You tell yourself it's over. But when you return to your study that night, you freeze. The necklace is there, sitting on your desk, glowing faintly, and behind you in the reflection of the window she's standing, waiting. Some things should remain buried.